Rill Boys to Mirror is easily one of the most strongest mages in BlackClover, and in terms of the captains and where their strength lies, I'd say he ranks at top 5 out of the 9 Magic Knight captains. You might ask, why do I rank him so high? First and foremost, excluding Yuno of the Clover Kingdom, Rill is the prodigy amongst the captains. He is the young prodigy that has rose to the ranks very quickly considering his age and his status of a nobleman, right? So we have that. He's a prodigy with his extreme magical capabilities, his potential that his magic unlocks during each battle and as he grows is extraordinary, and we've seen that in many cases. You put him in fights that you would think he'd be at a disadvantage, and in the next chapter or two he pulls out something that counters the enemy or helps support his enemies or his allies in ways that you would never comprehend. We've seen that in Space Saga, where he was inspired by Noel's Valkyrie form and the events taking place during Megicula fight, where he basically created the Valhalla spell, where it regains his allies' stamina, gives them infinite stamina and the ability to avoid death so they can keep on fighting. It's a plain ability, but if you really think about it, it's really hacked out and it's nowhere yet near his masterpiece that is his ultimate goal to achieve by the end of the series. And his masterpiece, that he likes to call it, he has not reached it, and we the audience and Tabata has been invested into Rill and his spells as the story progresses. And I'd like to point out that during this current arc, we might very well be much closer to Rill's masterpiece than we think, and there are a lot to expect from other captains. I know we need to see captains like Fogolion unlock Spirit Dive. At least we hope he unlocks Spirit Dive. We potentially might get a transformation on Nozel Silva in response to his sister's growth and, overall his parallelism with Fogolion and the other captains. We need to see more from Dorothy, whereas Dorothy is a different story entirely. There's been a lot of red flags to her character, especially during the recent chapter where she headbutted her way into becoming the Witch Queen, which is very suspicious at least, but there's more to it. Honestly, I wanted this video to be about her, but today's video is about Rill and what I expect from him this arc. So what I think might occur this arc for Rill as a character is that he might get a new spell inspired by the angelic war that's taking place in the Clover Kingdom, and that his spell might be influenced by countless things taking place on the battlefield, and that could very much be Yuno's Neverland. He might get inspired by Yuno's Monozone and the fairies and the amplification it grants them. He might get inspired by that, and he could use it in conjunction with his Valhalla spell to make the spell more versatile, or he could come up with something brand new to assist Yuno or his allies. And secondly, I do believe that his vice captain, the snow magic user, not many know her name, I think it's Fragile or something of the sort. We've seen her in the training arc Once Upon a Time in the anime, and she's a snow or ice magic user, and she's his vice captain of the Aquadeer, right? And I do believe that there will be somewhat of a teamwork between the two, and we might get to see a combination spell, or maybe Rill use new spell get inspired by allies on his squad. That being maybe the ice user on his squad, Fragile, he might get a spell that amplifies her magic or takes inspiration from it to create this sort of hazardous or elemental spell that is just completely brand new. The thing is with luck, you can't really predict what his spells will be out to do. You just have to know what can inspire it. It could be the elements in the battlefield, maybe angelic features, maybe snow features. Anything that's taking place on the battlefield, Rill can just draw inspiration from it, and he can come up with something random on spot. So This video isn't as so to say to predict what his next spell might be, rather to see what influences it. So I do believe that the angelic war taking place with the angels taking place, the paladins, Yuno's Neverland, the fairies, and everything that's taking place on battlefield, the spirit users, Fugolion, his allies like the Vice Captain Fragile using snow magic. Each and every event that's taking place on the battlefield, Rill will be inspired by it, and his new spell is ought to come out this arc, and who knows, it might as well be his masterpiece. We know that Yuno is currently up against Lucius and he needs assistance, and I'd like to believe that the Golden Dawn will go and assist him, because we haven't seen the likes of Langris and others. So I would like to see maybe a parallel between the Black Bulls and their vice captain coming to help against the foe, whereas we have Langris, the vice captain, I guess you could say he's a vice captain again, to come and assist Yuno with the clones of Lucius, which honestly is a weird thought, but I'm sure they could pull out something. And yeah, along with that, I do believe Rill could step up as well to assist Yuno in the battle, give him some sort of leverage to go up against the clones as with his Twilight of Valhalla, because we'd like to see that spell in works again, and we also like to see another spell from him inspired by the events on the battlefield. So I do believe Rill's masterpiece is much closer than we think it is, and with Charmy being one of the characters that builds up his inspiration, she's on her way to the Clover Kingdom, and we are expecting new attributes from the Black Bulls and the capabilities of their magics influenced by the anti-magic energy that's now seeping through them. So we might see the Black Bulls come to the Clover Kingdom, split them in groups to come and assist more captains, and with that we might see the captains, with Asta's presence near, they might know they need to keep up the game, pick up the pace, and put out their all. So from there on out, we'll see more captains like Fugolion, Nozel, Rill step up and bring out their full potential that has been set up for a new 15-month time skip that we've been awaiting. Because by the looks of it, the bad guys are now winning in the Clover Kingdom, and that's how usually it goes. Bad guys wins, and then something comes up and the good guys start to step up their game. So without further ado, guys, in the comments down below, please leave anything you have to say about Dorothy, Rill, another captain you'd like to see more about, and anything that you think might inspire Rill's potential and his new spell that's ought to come. Yeah, if you like anything I say in this video, please subscribe. I've been on this YouTube journey for a while now, and it's been a good one. Thank you all for the support, and without further ado, guys, see you guys in another one. Peace.